Slightly different conditions out here today than our last overnight. Out here for a solo wild camp with the Vango Nevis 100 and 100% precipitation. And this is the rain test. We've now arrived at the camp area, going to be getting a tarp up and over us, give us that dry area where we can work from. So that's our tarp up. I have no idea in what kind of configuration, just quick, easy, just get it up. It's kind of like a lean-to, all kind of different curvatures. But now we got it up, we have that dry area we can work from, and now we can take our time a little more. So there's a lot of tents out there. The last rain test I conducted, for example, was the Unigear Space Dome 2 tent. And it was raining when I went to assemble that tent. Trouble is, you have to set up the inner tent first. I had to string a tarp up over that tent before I assembled it to keep it dry. One awesome feature about the Vango Nevis range is you put out the fly sheet first. The inner tent is attached to the fly sheet, so the inner tent never gets an opportunity to get wet. As for waterproof specifications, Vango Nevis hydrostatic head rating consists of a 3000mm fly sheet and a 6000mm hydrostatic head, 70 denier polyester ground sheet, with all seams being taped and sealed. As far as I'm aware, obviously most failures on these tents are caused by leaking at the seams, so yeah, this is what the test is all about. Obviously, an important part of these rain tests is the tarp. One of the most important pieces of kit when we make these videos, because if I know this tarp isn't going to leak, if the tent leaks, we've got the backup. So this isn't the first time this tent has been out in the rain. Obviously on the last overnight we had some thunder showers in the morning. It didn't really amount to too much. Prior to that, I had it out in some pretty heavy rain, conducting another rain test because I didn't just want to put it through one rain test and then call it good. I want to get it out in the rain as much as possible. So it's been out a few times in the rain, and as I said, the one prior to the overnight, that was some pretty heavy rain. But what it hasn't seen is a prolonged period of rain. For example, from today about 11 AM to 11 AM tomorrow. Now we're going to have a break in the rain at some point this evening for 2-3 hours, and then it's going to rain throughout the entire night into the morning. So I'm going to refrain from setting up our sleep system in the tent right now. This will allow me to check on the tent throughout the day, check on the progress of it, and it will also allow me to keep my sleep system dry in the case of any failures before we bed down. The Vango Nevis 100 has now been sitting in the rain for a good 5 hours, the longest it's been exposed to any type of rainfall. So we're going to take a sneak peek and see what the progress is so far. So far so good. Not a single drop of water has penetrated through the fly sheet. Not a single drop. And that is impressive for me because almost all of the tents we tested have failed. We've had more failures than we've had successes when testing tents. So all it has to do is get through another 8-9 hours of rain. Fixing to cook ourselves up some dinner now. These yum sue noodles are the best noodles I've ever had, period. I'm not like, it comes with the old seasoning sachet of course, but it also comes with this, what I assume is like grease or oil, something like that. And this little thing makes all the difference. So it's nothing extravagant tonight, no crocodile meat, just nice and simple noodles. So let's talk about the tent fails thus far. I think the first one was the gear top one person bivvy tent, and the first one and the most diabolical one, that failed absolutely everywhere.
Huddle there, huddle there, huddle there, huddle there, huddle there.
That's not good at all. And then not so long ago we did a Unigear Space Dome 2 tent. I believe that was the seams that failed.
And we're also gathering water in the far corner there.
After that, we then had the one Tigris transformer. Failed again, but that was due to just the lack of a waterproof rating on it. The result is not good for the transformer. Water has come through the walls, mostly in this area here. And the crazy thing about that was it doubled up as a poncho. Now I've heard somewhere that there's some companies actually charging people to seam seal their tent. So you buy the tent, but you have to pay extra to have it seam sealed. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the world we are living in today. So this is the break in the rain that was forecast. It's been a couple of hours since we last checked the tent. We're going to check on it one more time now, and then if all is good, we'll get our sleep system set up. We're all good. It's good to get the waterproofs off. It's still raining outside right now. There has been a break, and it's all just starting to come down again now. Weather forecast has changed, and it's going to be not stopping at 11 o'clock in the morning. It's just going to carry on all day. So we'll see about that. The forecast, you never know, but if there's any updates throughout the evening, I'll let you know. The forecast changed again. It stopped raining about 7:30 a.m. this morning, and since then we've just been getting hit by showers every now and then. The Vango Nevis 100 survived the night with no issues. I can now be confident to take this tent with me on the road. Pitching is easy, condensation is to a minimal, and it keeps us sheltered from the rain. And these tests are always important to perform before committing to a tent and taking out into the field. As I said before, I've had tents that have failed on me, they've sprung leaks, and without prior testing and taking them out blindly, you could end up in a world of hurt.